Yes. Viewers around the world, we are back at it again. Shanghai Story Media, and we are on it again. Nostalgia. Nostalgia is myself and my colleague, my brother and friend, looking back at stories and scores of global musical legends. And today is another day for nostalgia with Dr. Osita. Dr. Osita, you're welcome to this wonderful program on a special season, the Christmas season, a time to entertain ourselves, sit back and enjoy some live thrilling moments. Dr. Osita, how are you there?
I am good.
How are
I'm
you?
very good. I am excited because for a change, you're doing something fantastic. For this season of giving, you are giving to the world. You are giving Nigeria to the world, which is amazing. I am so
Wow.
very proud to be part of this today's program. Last programs have been so fantastic, but today we're
Yes.
having the treat of our lives. Going back, to the roots of Nigerian musical genres. Thank you so much,
Wonderful.
Massive. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Dr. Sita. It's good to have you. So, before we go ahead, I want to say Merry Christmas also, and happy, wonderful, beautiful season of
Thank you. Happy
holiday.
holidays, Massive. Happy
Yes,
holidays.
yes, yes. All right, Dr. Sita. Dr. Sita, we're looking at three Nigerian legends. Nostalgia. Number one is a man called King Sunny Ade. King Sunny Ade. King Sunny Ade, imagine giving yourself that name, King, and living up to it. You know, it's one thing to be called a name, and it's another thing to live up to it. Now, King Sunny Ade, originally real name Chief Sunday Adeniyi Adegeye, is called King Sunny Ade. He was born on September 1946 and has been a Nigerian musician, a multi-talented man, songwriter. His genre of music is called juju music, and he's regarded as one of African pop musician. He gained international success, and he's been very influential also to so many other artists that came after him. King Sunny Ade. King Sunny Ade plays the juju music. He started playing since 1967. Wow. 1967. His band then was known as the African Beat. He achieved a lot of success during the 70s and was able to also sign to a major record label, Island record label in 1982. King Sunny Ade was a dynamic musician. There was the Synchro System in the 80s. That was an album in his music called the Synchro System. And another interesting thing is Sunny Ade gathered Grammy nomination as the first Nigerian artist to get a Grammy nomination. Sunny Ade also, right there in Nigeria, has one of the highest award in Nigeria, the Order of the Niger. He's a member of the Federal Republic of the Order of the Niger, and it's an award given to very, very selected few, but Sunny Ade is one of those few. And Sunny Ade has done a lot musically in Nigeria. Dr. Sita, what do you say about Sunny Ade? Sunny Ade. I used to love Sunny Ade. You know? I used to love. But before we hear from you, let's listen to some of Sunny Ade's songs
Okay.
and videos. Okay. Yes, go ahead, Dr. Sita. That was some songs there. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Massive. I am happy you are launching the local Nigerian artist showcase with King Sunny Ade.
Kingston.
Luckily, yeah, luckily I met him because as a broadcaster, I was master of ceremony in so many events, and there was this very prominent man from Delta they call Chief Noel. Chief
Okay, no
N.O.S.T.A.L.G.I.A,
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
when N.O.S.T.A.L.G.I.A buried his grandmother, King Sunny was invited to Iseluku in Delta State to perform, and that was the talk of the season. King
Mm.
Sunny Ade, yes, King Sunny Ade, every Deltan who had lived in Lagos came from everywhere, from Asaba, from Buruku, from Onicholana. Everybody was there to see him perform live on their own grounds. So you
Wow.
can imagine, can imagine that kind of festival. And
Yes.
the same day, Noloje invited another big hit called Oliver the Cook. So
Okay.
you can imagine that festive night. It was a play on till morning, and
Till morning.
it was a hit. Yes, at any time Sonny Ade, twanged his guitar,
His guitar.
to start, yes, to start
His
another play.
guitar.
People are already singing because his music was very popular. Any tune at all he played, it was a sing along. And then apart from that, he made so much money.
Yes. Yes.
Some people just stand on their feet and spray him money. And I am talking about days. This was in the 1980s. So you can imagine somebody standing up to spray a musician 5,000 naira in 1980s.
And that's like
That kind of money.
5 naira now or more.
No, that's like about 500,000 now. It was just amazing. And
Mm.
then when he played, he had this. There was something about him. He had this peculiarity about his songs. He moved his songs to blend with the moments.
He
And
moved
even
his
though he was speaking Yoruba, Pidgin, and English,
yes.
everybody there was dancing. Everybody, because he's the king melody maker. The man has a way with his band. Something else happened. Even when he turned his back to his band, they understood his body
Mm.
language.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, for somebody who is a king, he has been doing this for a very long time. He doesn't need to do any sign at all. As he plays, they understood where he was going, and then when he starts dancing with his guitar, with his boots, he will wear what's it called? This
jingles,
up and down, yes,
Chelsea
with
boots,
Laredo boots, really,
Laredo boots.
fine Laredo boots, and then he will dance and play guitar and sing, and people will say, "Isn't this man tired?" But he was born September 22, 1946, which makes him a man in his mid 70s now, and he's
Yes.
still playing.
And he's still playing.
And he's still
Waxing
playing.
strong.
So
Waxing
yes,
strong.
so King Sunny Ade is my man, and he's a musician from every generation. And then he has also played some music in advance because some of the music he played in the 80s are being played now. So he already
Wow.
wrote songs in advance because he's a genius. That's right, he's a genius.
Powerful. Yes, and presently he serves as the chairperson of the Musical Copyright Society in Nigeria.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Actually, he
and,
offered to do that because they
that's a
were,
good thing to
they were infringing on their copyrights a lot.
their copyright.
As a broadcaster, there's what we call MP2 forms. That is,
MP2.
public performance forms.
Yes, yeah.
PP, yes, public performance forms. What it means is that every music is recorded. Every music you play is recorded. You
Okay,
write the name of the musician. You
okay.
write the name of the song, the composer of the musician, the
Okay.
the company that published the music, and the year it was done.
And the year it was
That
done.
way, yes, that way musicians can track their royalties in broadcasting.
Very
But
good. That's
when this started happening in Nigeria, things started, whatever, and some radio stations were no longer doing the P2 forms. So
mm,
it asked him, it asked someone like Fela Nicola Kuti, it asked someone like Ebenezer Obey, because their royalties were being thrown to the dog. So King Sunny
that's
doing this now shows that he has gone back to what it was and trying to pull the Nigerian music industry in the right direction.
that's a good one. It needs to be done. Africa and
Yes.
Nigeria don't have a good copyright laws, and
Laws, yeah. We have the laws, but most people just we just go into
yeah, no,
real
yeah,
yes, abuse,
yes,
abuse of copyright.
it's not followed. It's not adhered to. Okay, thank you
Yes.
very much, Dr. Sita. This is once again we're now needs nostalgia. Nostalgia, ladies and gentlemen, with Dr. Sita, looking back at stories and scores of global music legend. Nostalgia is the program for the season. This is our day to look into the Nigerian artists, legend. Now, on the second list we're looking at is another great legend, an icon, even though late now, and that's from the southeast of Nigeria, Chief Stephen Osita Osadebe. Chief
My
Stephen
namesake.
Osita Osadebe, your namesake.
My
In fact,
namesake, yes.
we took this man because also it connects with you in the name.
Yes. Thank you.
Um, Chief Osita Osadebe was born March 17, 1936. Wow. But he passed on sometime in May 27, and he's generally referred to as Osadebe. Osadebe was a Nigerian high life musician from a town in the southeast called Atani. During his career that spanned over 4 decades, he became known as one of the best musical artists to come out of the Igbo land and the high life music. He has had hits and hits and hits of song, but one popular one that we will never forget is the Osundi Owende, the 1984 single, which established him right away as a leader in the high life genre of music and became one of the most popular record ever. Osita Osadebe and his music went a long way. He went far. He also attempted playing, apart from the high life, he attempted playing some calypso too, and some samba, some jazz, and all these were present in his musical days. Osita Osadebe had real strong influence and on a lot of people. In fact, when I see some of the young artists today, like Flavor Nabalia, I see a twist in some of those of Osita's style in him too. Osita Sadebe released almost 500 songs. Wow, 500 songs, and he was not confrontational like a lot of other artists in these days, like Fela and some other people. He was more on the entertainment and jolly, good life music. He sang in English, he sang in Pidgin English, he sang in Igbo language, and he extended his music to all class of people. In fact, at the point they nicknamed him the doctor of hypertension because some people said his music was healing them. When they listen to the song, it gives them some relief and they feel good. So that's Osita Osadebe. Big brother, your namesake. What do you say about this great man, legend from the East?
Yeah. I grew up with this Saturday in Onitsha. We lived on the same street.
Wow.
That was how close. So we'll go to his house, we'll hang around. Then I was quite a young person. Saturday is older than me with scores of years,
Yeah, that's correct.
but he was a musician, so he was listening to everybody. Most of his songs came from his real life.
Okay.
Very little tiny things will just break him down, and you write a song for them. And then he didn't just attempt to play calypso. He didn't attempt to play samba. He made music out of rumba. And this is music from South America. And he will stand there and sing it, and people will dance. And Osita knew how to make nightclubs fire.
Jammed up.
Yes,
Wow.
because he had his own nightclub. He has his own homestead music. But
Okay.
somebody who compared to him, though late now, was Sabi to Wifo. So when people
Yeah.
were talking about Wifo in the Midwest,
We're going to
in
come
the
to
in the
Wifo.
Southwest, that absolutely that was fantastic.
Yeah,
Then people were talking
that's
about
my
those
Jimmy had
Osita
beats of
Osadebe.
Africa. Jimmy had
As a
beats.
matter of fact, Osita controlled what we call the rhythmic orchestra.
Okay.
He had there was a way he played his music, and he allowed all his musicians to become their own. That was how large-hearted he was. He allowed the musicians because so when you hear an Osita or Sadebe band boy play, you think it's Osita that is playing. As a matter of fact, some of them were opening for him. When they come to a program or at a nightclub, his boys will play for the first 1 hour, and that would be the beginning. But as soon as he lands on stage, he takes over because his stagecraft was fantastic. Gentleman with his microphone, his voice and his handkerchief, he'll just stand there in front of you and make he generates everybody. Because by the end of the day, he has told stories in Yoruba, he has told stories in Hausa, he has told stories in Igbo. All the cultures resonate in his music. And then what else can you say? All the big names too that were music icons those days were either his mentors or his proteges. I remember, Isi Arinze. Isi Arinze was a piper of the century. I remember, Stephen Amechi. That was the guy whose band, our legend came out from. But
Okay.
most importantly, when Stephen Osadebe performs, everybody listens, and that's the magic of his craft.
Wow. You took me to went back in time. Back in
Yes,
time.
yes, I grew up with
Uh,
that man. As a child, I
this
looked
is
up to him for so many things. Yes,
this is the
himself, and Eddie Okwedi. They were
real.
the two Onitsha boys that were, immediately after the war, 1970, 71, 72, they started playing all over again. People forgot about the war because of them. It was
Yes,
amazing, amazing.
you just hit it there. That's
Yeah.
very correct. They brought life back to
Ah,
rap.
yeah.
Ife Swazilonye Swazitia Nenu wankanye nono Obonye kazi chupu Obwana listia no sono Onye kukwa chauza nabano Ife na-asọ ọkwazịa na-asọzi onye ọzọ nọ ma nafe egwu a na-etizinụ ọsọ ndị owu ife ụwa na-asọ ndị ụfọdụ etu a ka ọ na-ewazi ndị ụfọdụ nọ ọsọ ndị onwe nri ọsọ ndị onwe nri
Mama, oh, I am mama, oh. waiting, what we do, I am mama. Oh no, this was something else, man. It was just there. It was just there
Wow.
for all of us. Yes, I
So
remember
for
him
the
so very
young
well.
people listening, nostalgia. Now, take note that some people paved the way to what is happening now. Some people
Absolutely.
set this beautiful creativity out. They made it now what it has become. So whoever you are now, the young boys singing the trap music, the hip hop, Afrobeat, Afro hip hop, and all these genre of songs, these were where we were coming from. Great men that were not just talented, were also very, very human. That's one thing a lot of these young artists need to learn. The ability, like you said he connects. He connects with people. His bandmen could understand him. There was that beautiful relationship with people. So it's not only about putting out the talent, it's also about knowing how to go with your followers, knowing how to keep your people, your followers happy and relating with them, understanding them, and giving them those beautiful numbers that they want to hear. That's Osita or Chief Stephen Osita Osadebe. Thank you very much. Yes, Nostalgia. Nostalgia is Schengen Story Media with Dr. Osita. And we're looking back at stories, scores of global music legend. And today we've looked into King Sunny Ade, the great musician from the southwest of Nigeria, and Chief Osita Sedebe, another legend from the southeast of Nigeria. Now we're looking into another great man, Dan Maria Jos, from the north of Nigeria. Dan Maria Jos, known as Adamu Dan Maria Jos. Dan Maria Jos was a genius on his own too. He was born in 1946 and was a Nigerian Hausa musician that played the grotto. There's a special instrument back in the days, and they still play it till now too, known as the grotto. And Dan Maria played it so well. Dan Maria was his name actually means an orphan. He was born in Bukuru in Jos Plateau. That's the south central, not central. I mean, not central
Not,
of
not central. Yes, not
yes
central
of
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
And the father and the mother died when he was very young, an infant almost, and they gave him that name, Dan Maria, meaning an orphan. Dan Maria's father was a musician actually, and when I think the spirit just came to him too, and he started showing musical interest at a tender age, under the influence of some other professional musicians back then, and he will move around with them. He will make trips with musicians from Maiduguri, from Jos to Maiduguri, while he was a teen. And this musician saw him and knew there was something unique about him. He could play that. It's called kuntaji instruments, the tiny strings like guitar, and Dan Maria was a major musician. He sang a lot of song, and today he's known to be an influence also. He also came up in a time when the Civil War just ended, and Nigeria was like in a very depressed mood. So anybody that could change the atmosphere, bring liveliness and some excitement into the mood was welcome. And Dan Maria came at that point.
Wannan kiɗin tica ne wannan batun tica ne tica uban karatu. Wanda ka gan shi duk wajen nan babba ne da yaro ba dan akwai tica ba shi ma ba zai iya ba. Wanda ka gan shi duk wajen nan babba ne da yaro albarkacin tica ne ba dan akwai tica ba haka nan ba zai iya. Idan ka haifi ɗanka ka kai shi gun karatu tica isa yanke farce isa yanke farce sannan ya wanke riga ije aji ka gane yaro izan karatu. Idan kwaɗanka ya kwana ɗanya ya kwana biyu bai zo cikin tica ka gane zai bi shi har gidansu idu ba lafiya ta yi. Masu Dokta Bunza, to ai ga su Dokta Bunza ma'aikace ne. Idan ka haifi ɗanka ka kai shi gun karatu.
Time. Dr. Osita, what do you say about that, Maria? I know you know a lot about him. Go ahead,
Yes.
Dr. Osita.
Yeah, I was lucky. I served in Kaduna State, and
Okay.
there was this Hamdala Hotel,
Okay.
and then Dan Maria would come to perform. He was actually Dan Maria Jos,
Dan
the
Maria.
orphan of Jos.
Yes.
Because yes, shortly after he was born, the mother passed on. But when he almost survived with the father, but as an infant, he lost his father too. So this Adamun man, the instrument you talked about was going to give you was self-made. They didn't have to go to the market. Yeah, he made his own, by himself. And then he made so many of them, so he could travel with so many of them. But he had a unique melody. But above all, he was the greatest storyteller of our time.
Yes.
The man would tell stories. And then there was something peculiar about him. He wasn't a praise singer. He was a storyteller, but wasn't a praise singer. Yes. The only thing he did was to hail the success stories of low people.
Okay.
Yes, like a remuta. People. These people who are like conductors in buses.
Okay.
Yeah. When he sees any of them that is doing well, like Abel is in parts, like anybody who is lowly placed that is an unsung hero.
Yes.
He was just there for everybody. So
Wow.
that was why the music was very popular with the people. Women in markets by the roadside, he recognized them and put them in his songs, and very beautiful songs. And then the sing along was great because the music concerned the society and the community. Everybody who listened to him will understand what he's talking about, will resonate with what he's talking about, and they all sing along. So Dan Mariah was just that man. He was simple, and he was always very simply dressed. Very simply dressed. One top, one bottom. His security instrument, and then his followers. Because when you tell a good story, people will listen. And when you tell the kind of story that Maria just was telling about poor people, more people will listen. And I listened because it was so much fun. Thank you.
Wow. And we're listening now, and we'll continue to listen. The songs will resonate. Their songs will live on. I mean, these men, these great legends of our time, they obviously the songs will not fade away. So we live with song of Dan Maria. And on that note, I want to say, Dr. Osita, we've just put 3 icons on the international plane, and this to show how they've impacted us also. I mean, if we could be talking about them, that means they did it. They did it because music is life. Music touches the soul.
Music is everything.
Revives people.
It's everything.
Yes,
Music is everything.
This is wonderful. Thank you very much. Osita. From my corner, I want
Thank
to say
you.
happy holidays and
Thank
see you
you.
next week when we look into.
Happy holidays, Massive. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, sir. All right, sir.
God
All
bless you.
right, Dr. Osita. Bye bye.